We're joined right now by Megan Boss's mom, Jennifer. Thank you for being with us. Before we get into the president's remarks from last night and recent legislation, tell us about your daughter and the policies that resulted in the loss of her life.
Megan, she was 37, and she was struggling the last handful of years after the death of her brother. But she was she was such a kind person. She loved everybody. She took care of people. She was funny, goofy. She was always silly, and if she could have covered the world with glitter, she would have. She just was a great person who was having a hard time, and she had recently been released from a very successful rehabilitation process, trying to get clean and come back to her kids. And she relapsed, and we thought that she was hiding from us. She was ashamed that she had slipped. And so it took us a little longer to realize that she was really in trouble. And I reported her in March. We frantically searched for her. We had a lot of help and support from social media, the community. Just everybody was really in it to find her. And unfortunately, she was found at his home in his backyard in a garbage can full of bleach, and he had her there the entire time. He was arrested that day, and he spent the night in jail. He went to his first court appearance, and when that was done, they let him go. He was charged with 4 Class 4 felonies, which in the state of Illinois, under the Safety Act and the Pretrial Release Act, are not detainable for any reason. It doesn't matter who. If the state's attorney wants him detained, he can't be detained. That's just the law. There's a very slim requirements to be detained in the state of Illinois. Even some people who commit violent crimes are released. And I was absolutely floored. I couldn't believe that they just let him go. They had no idea how she died at that point. There was no investigation. They didn't know if he was involved. We still don't know. There's still an active investigation into her death. So I went on a mission to be heard, to tell her story, and to try to get him detained. It wasn't right that he was walking free, just living his life after what he'd done to my daughter.
No, that is, thank you for sharing that such a personal story. We're all captured by it, and our hearts break for you, truly. And I'm watching a grieving mother, but I'm also watching a frustrated mother, a frustrated mother with the process, with the policies, and we, so much so that you're not, and this is the sad part about it, you're not alone. There's so many other families that were like Laken Riley's families and other Jocelyn Nungre and others that are grieving and frustrated all at the same time. You have cities that have these sanctuary city policies. You have these laws, these local laws on cashless bail, where someone should have remained behind bars. People here illegally with other convictions in other countries. Just final thoughts there, speaking to that frustration now that we've seen this administration hold National Angel Family Day. We won't play the remarks, but the president now decided to call and put a spotlight on people like you, angel families, an angel mom like you. What does that mean to you? Do you feel like progress is being made in the right direction?
Absolutely. President Trump, a lot of angel families have been waiting a very long time for recognition. I mean, I met some angel families this last weekend while I was there. 25 years it's been since their children died, with no recognition. We are dismissed constantly by everyone, and especially right now, because it's President Trump who's helping us. The general mainstream media doesn't even talk about any of our stories. You watched at his State of the Union last night. They wouldn't even stand. Who does that?
Right.
Who does that? How heartless is that they can't even stand up and just acknowledge the loss that we've had and that, sorry, that he recognizes it. He's doing something about it. And he started doing something about it, his first administration, and then Biden was elected and he ignored the angel families that have been doing this for decades. And then President Trump came back and look what's happened in just a year. Look at all the things that he's done for the angel families. And I'm not talking just the ones that have been violated by these illegal immigrants. I'm talking about the fentanyl families too. Yeah. The incredible strides he has made in cutting the amount of fentanyl that even makes it to our border is astonishing.
Well, I'm so appreciative for you taking your time, even though it is clearly very painful for you. So appreciative you coming on with us and sharing that. And I understand your frustration also with the mainstream media. We ran that ceremony that the president held for the families, for the angel families, and I learned afterwards that CNN didn't even mention it. I was stunned.
No.
Jennifer, thank you. And I know we can't take away your pain, but just know that we empathize with you. We feel for you. Thank you.
May I say one more thing?
Very briefly, yes.
The Governor Pritzker, hand over these criminals. Just hand them over. All of this craziness can stop if you just let ICE come and pick them up at the jails where it's safe, it's prearranged. It takes just one agent, not 6. Just hand them over.
Common sense, human decency over policy. Jennifer Boss, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Sean Kreisman. For stories and content just like this, check out National Report weekdays 9 to noon, only on Newsmax.